This video is going to show you the clue method most people won't teach you, but will immediately make you great at clue. It's called the number system. If you understand this, there's also a few ways to completely blow up the game and solve the envelope in just a few guesses. That process is in the full video, How to Win Clue the Fastest, but if you simply want to be good at clue immediately, you need to learn the number system. Every guess every player makes will be a suspect, weapon, and the room they're in. As you go around the players, eventually a player will show a card. Assuming no one is cheating, you know that they showed one of the three cards that was guessed. What you are going to do is place a mark in the column of the player that revealed their card to the guesser. If you put a mark too many times, you're going to forget what's what. So instead, you're going to place a little number. The electronic game comes set up to do this already. If you're playing with paper, just make little numbers in the corners. This is forgiving enough that you can even use pen. Let's say player 1 guesses Colonel Mustard with the revolver in the ballroom. Player 2 shows a card to player 1. We'll start with the number 1 and place a little number 1 in each box for those three cards in the column of player 2. Each time player 2 reveals a card to someone that isn't you, you'll add additional numbers in the squares of the guessed cards in their column. Here's how you solve without actually seeing the card. Let's say you have the Colonel Mustard card, and then player 3 shows you the revolver. You can check these cards in the correct player columns to show they possess them, then X off everything else in the row since the cards cannot possibly be anyone else's. Once you have 2 X's for your number 1 guess of Mustard, revolver, and ballroom, you can confirm that the ballroom was the card shown by player 2. This can create a chain reaction, since if you can confirm the ballroom is player 2's, you can possibly X off additional numbers of other players. This requires you to have enough numbers on your chart gained throughout the course of the game. That's why this technique is so important no matter how good your memory is. Even if 20 turns have passed, if you prove player 2 does not have Mustard or the revolver, you have 100% certainty that they have the ballroom. The number system is a process of elimination tool, not a suspicion tool. For example, let's say player 1 guesses Mustard, revolver, and ballroom, and player 2 shows a card. Then player 3 guesses plum, revolver, and ballroom. It gets to player 2, and player 2 shows player 3 a card. Then player 1 guesses peacock, revolver, and kitchen, and player 2 shows a card to player 1. Revolver will have a 1, 2, and a 3 next to it. Does it mean they have it? In this case, let's backtrack to what we revealed. Player 3 will eventually show you the revolver, but we don't know that yet. What happened? Player 1 guessed Mustard, revolver, and ballroom. Player 2 showed ballroom. Then player 3 guessed plum, revolver, and ballroom, knowing that he has the revolver, and player 2 showed ballroom. Then player 1 guessed peacock, revolver, and kitchen, and player 2 showed peacock. If you think, hey, they're always showing the revolver, it came up 3 times, and make assumptions, you'll get massively tripped up. This can be especially troublesome if you get your long-awaited check mark in a column with numbers and you X off something prematurely. For example, let's use our example again, but change the first guess by player 1 from being Mustard, revolver, and ballroom to peacock, revolver, and ballroom. Player 2 shows them a card. Did they show them peacock or the ballroom? I don't know, because nobody except player 1 and player 2 will ever know. So we can't jump to conclusions if we later get a check on ballroom and say they didn't have peacock. They can have more than one of the numbered cards in their hand. However, if you've done this right, you can start a chain reaction where the X'd off numbers of the other players are their second X, and you can check the last remaining empty box in their column. Then, the X squares from checking the sequential box allows even more numbered X's, and you can go one after the other. In fact, if you have enough numbered squares, you can create fallacies, which allow you to find out additional information out of thin air. This is shown how to be done in my full clue video, But if there's enough interest into going into deep detail with creating a fallacy, if this video brings in 1,000 subscribers, I'll do a deep dive into how to create a fallacy in Clue and prove cards from fragmented information. If you gain value from this video, give it a like, and thank you for watching.